Hi, everybody, and welcome to Room 9. My name is Mrs. Brewer, and I am a third grade teacher at Gordon Bush Elementary School in the East St. Louis School District. And it is so exciting to be back here again with you. And once again, we're learning about math. Let's get excited. Everybody, give me your favorite math dance. Math, 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 math. All right, enough with that. I get excited when we start teaching math, and especially when I can be with you boys and girls at home, okay? So yesterday we started talking about place value, and I promised you boys and girls that you would be able to do place value no problem, because a lot of you coming to me from second grade, we always know expanded form. It's always something that we can do right away, no problem whatsoever, okay? So yesterday we worked with expanded form. So to start class today, like I would in my normal classroom, we always start with a do now or a bell ringer. Some of your teachers may call it also. So I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to go ahead and get something to write with, because you will need that again today. If you can't find anything, or if you're at someone's house that you don't have pencil and paper, get your handy dandy finger ready here. So you got about 10 seconds to go ahead and warm that finger up, okay? So I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to go ahead and find something to write with, and come sit right back down here in front of us, okay? Your 10 seconds starts now with 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Everybody should be back here ready to learn with us, okay? So as promised, I was going to have a do now for you guys to start class with. And so, of course, our do now usually goes back over whatever we had talked about the day before. So since we talked about expanded form yesterday, that's what we're going to be working on today. So here I have a number written in standard form. Remember we talked about standard form yesterday is just how you would normally write a number. How we normally see them is in standard form, okay? So today you have the number right here. I don't want to read it just yet to you boys and girls, okay? And I want to see if you can write this number right here in expanded form for me, okay? So I'm going to give you guys, I think yesterday we seemed about 45 seconds worked pretty well. So I'm going to give you guys 45 seconds to write this number right here in expanded form. On your mark, get set, go. See some hard-working individuals out there. Some good boys and girls working hard out there. Keep it up. If you don't have a pencil, use your finger. How would you write this out in expanded form? Fifteen more seconds. And stop. If you didn't get done, it's okay. We're going to go through it and see if you at least got what we have, and then when we get to where you left off, you can pick up and work with us on this together, okay? So where do I need to start in regards to expanded form? Which number do I need to start with? You're right, I need to start in the 8 here, with the 8 here, right? Okay, so how did I tell you guys to do it yesterday? Do you remember? Just some easy tricks. All right, so you're gonna write the number 8 first, right? And then what do we have to do? Oh yeah, count the number of places behind it. How many places do we have behind it? 1, 2, 3. What do I do with that now? You're right, they become the zeros behind. There are placeholders, aren't they? So I'm gonna go ahead, sometimes they have comma please out here if I don't put commas when I'm talking about thousands here. So now we know that this 8 in this number here really doesn't mean 8, does it? No, it means 8, but 8 what? 8 thousands, right? Okay, that's all we're doing with expanded form, okay? What do I do next? Where do I go next? You're right, I go to my 6, right? So I'm gonna do it the same way. I'm gonna put my 6 down, and I'm gonna do what? You're right. Count how many places behind it. 1, 2. So those are going to become zeros, right? So now I know that value there isn't just 6, is it? No, it really is 600, okay? Great. Where do I go next? You right to the 9. What am I going to do at the 9? Right? How many places behind it? How many places are behind it? You write just 1. So how many zeros do I need to put behind it? So smart. Just 1 again. And now I'm going to go to my last number here, which is my 7. What do I need to put behind my 7 here, boys and girls? Why not? Why am I not putting anything behind it? Oh, because in this number, the 7 really does stand for what? You're right, just 7. There's nothing behind it. I don't need to put anything to hold a place, okay? So it's just 7. So give me a thumbs up if you had 8,000 plus 600 plus 90 plus 7. Yay, if you got it, good job. So proud of you guys that got it from yesterday, okay? Some of you are probably like, we already remembered it. It's okay, it's okay. All right, so you are exactly right. So if you had a question that said, what is the value of the underlying digit? Okay, this is why we do this. So what's the value of the 6 in this number? Well, you just look at your expanded form and say it's really what? It's 600, okay? So yesterday we worked with expanded form to help us with place value. Today I'm going to give you another strategy to use to help with place value as well, okay? Because later on this week we're going to work on comparing numbers. And the only way that we can compare numbers, and when we compare, remember we're talking about greater than, less than, or equal to, right? We can have two numbers that are the same and they're equal, but to be able to do that, we have to pay attention to place value, okay? So especially when we're looking at this number, which has a greater value, the 7 or the 8 in this number? You're right, the 8 has a bigger value because really we're comparing 7 to 8,000, right? Okay, so now that you got the hang of expanded form, or hopefully you did, if not, you can keep practicing some. Have people at home give you some numbers to know what to work with, okay? So I am going to go ahead and erase my expanded form here, okay? Because today we're going to work with another strategy to help us find place value, all right? And this might sound super simple, and it is super simple to do, okay? And I'm going to show you a couple different ways that you could do this strategy, all right? So this is one of the sheets that we use here in my classroom, and we're actually in my classroom right now, okay? And notice that it has everything broke into the place value. Some of you probably have worked with the cubes at some time before, right? And we know when we use these place value cubes, if you look at our ones, how are they in size? You're exactly right. It's very small, isn't it? As compared to our thousands, are what? Very, very large. So if you took those ones and counted out 1,000 ones, 1,000, okay, and built them into this cube, it would look just like this, okay? Same way if you took 10 of these ones, it would look just like over here are 10s. And if we took 10 10s, they would actually equal one of our hundreds, okay? So today we're going to look at a number, and we're actually just going to write that number out here in a chart to try to figure out the value of it, okay? So a lot of our place value questions we're going to have are going to look like this, okay? So I'm going to just write a number down here, no special number, just a random number, okay? And I'm going to show you what we're going to do with this. If you have these place value mats like I have right here, I'm going to show you how you would put this number here into that place value mat, okay? No, we don't always have those. That's okay. I'm going to show you a couple different options here, a couple different strategies to use this one strategy, okay? Lots of strategies in here, boys and girls. Okay, so when I have this, I always tell my students, especially when you're trying to learn place value, I know with the expanded form, we start with the biggest and work our way to the smallest. But when we're doing charts, we're going to start with our smallest number and work our way to the biggest, okay? So I am looking at this number here, all right? And in my ones, what digit do I have in my ones here? You're right, I have a 3. All right. And now I'm going to work my way backwards. Like I said, what digit comes next? You're right, 9. Then what digit? 3, 9, 8. And then finally, what am I left with? The 7, right? So boys and girls, I was kind of writing as I showed you this, just because I wanted to keep that same number here for you. And this is all I did in my place value mat. Okay, so the only thing I did in this place value mat is when you guys told me to start with that 3 in that number, what place value does it fall under? You're right, it falls under my 1, doesn't it? Okay, what about my 10s? Right, that 9 fell in that 10s place, didn't it? What is the value of my 8? Just go on up. What's the value of the 8 is? Right, hundreds. And finally, my thousands. What's the value of that 7? Right, it's 7,000. You are exactly right. See how simple it was? So your question may look like this, and it may say find the value, and usually they like to underline the digits. That's how I've seen it most on a lot of worksheets and tests and different textbooks, okay? And workbooks that you guys work into, usually it says find the value of the underlined digit. Which digit here is underlined? You're right, the 9. So is it really a 9? Does it really mean just 9? Well, when I go to my place value mat here, it tells me no, it's really not just a 9. It's what? 9 what? 9 tens. And what is 9 tens equal to? I can't get this straight for some reason, boys and girls, today. 9 tens is equal to what? You're right, 90. Okay, so this is one option if you're able to have the place value mats to help you with place value. They're great for that. And I showed you how to fill these out. So stepping it up just a little bit from the place value mats, I am lucky enough to have these in my classroom. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever seen these. They're kind of fun. I like using these. And usually we use these some if some kids are struggling just a little bit with figuring out place value. All right, they're a little bit easier than carrying around this big mat, you know, so they're a little more fun. Plus, if it's hot in here, doubles as a fan, right? Your partner gets a little stressed. You can do that to your partner, right? Okay, you look a little, let's cool you off a little bit here too, okay? All right, so how we use these are going to be the exact same. Now, if you notice from mine have a lot more place values than what you're actually going to use in 3rd grade, okay? So if I count here, how many digits do I have in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So just like before, we're going to start over here with the far side. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. So like I said, in 3rd grade, we really don't go over thousands too much. Okay, we know after thousands, we have 10,000s, 100,000s, and then eventually you're going to get up to millions. Okay, but don't worry, that's not for another year or two before you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and help us out so we don't get confused. We always cross out our 10,000s, 100,000s, and millions, okay? So now I have those crossed off, all right? And how we use these is the same way that we had used the place value mat. So just a little bit more fun, like we said, okay? So I'm going to start with the 1s again, and I'm going to work my way backwards than what we did from expanded form. I'm going to start this end and work my way across, okay? So here we started with a 3, so I'm going to write my 3 here, then a 9, then an 8, and then a 7. So this is a little easier to see, right, boys and girls? Okay, so we had our 9 underlined. So what does our 9 actually represent? Does it represent just 9? 9 singles? No, it doesn't. What does it represent? Once again, it represents 9 what? 9 tens. How do we write 9 tens? You're right. That's the same as 90. 9, 0. And if I don't know, look, I can write it underneath. I can write that 9, and remember all the numbers behind become what? Zeros. So I'm going to put a 0 here. So it actually represents 90. Okay? All right. Good job with that. All right. But, so say you don't have these handy dandy little flappers here like I do. Okay, what do we do now? It's where I don't know. All right, simple. I'm going to show you how to do it. And once again, I'm going to go back to my handy dandy whiteboard. Okay, so I'm going to erase my number here because I remember what it was. We're going to keep working with the same number. That way we don't get kind of thrown off with the numbers a little bit. Okay, so I know you guys got pencils and paper there. We're going to get to that in just 1 second because I'm sure probably don't have these at home and you probably don't have a placemat at home either. And that's fine. I told you, I'm going to show you now how we're going to work this out. Okay, so sticking with that same number, I know that I can draw my own chart here. All right, and that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just making my own place value chart. Okay, and here's the thing, boys and girls, if you have a piece of scratch paper and you do this either at school or at home, you can make one big chart and you don't have to keep writing the chart over and over again. Okay, so this is all I've done so far, boys and girls. It's just done this because how many digits did I have in my number? You're right, just 4. So how many columns do I need? I need 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so I know that what is all the way at the end, what column is that? That is my ones, right? What's bigger than ones? What comes next? You're right, your tens. Then what do we have? Right, hundreds. Write all the hundreds here. And then finally, what do I have? Right, your thousands, okay? And I'm going to put THOU for thousands. Okay? So, you really seriously want to make this a little bit easier on you, okay? This is what my students normally do. They can just write THHTO above. So now you have your thousands, your hundreds, your tens, and then finally your ones. Okay, so we're going to take the same number that we had before, and all I'm going to do is put these right there. Okay, so I'm going to start backwards again too, like what we did from expanded form. So I'm going to write that 3. I have a 9, right? I have an 8, and then I have a 7. So once again, it asks, what was the value of the 9? Can you tell that easy here? Right. That digit 9 in this number didn't stand for just 9, did it? No, it standed for 9 tens. And see, we see that right here too, boys and girls, right? Okay, so we're going to practice another number on here real quick. And then I'm going to have you guys, I'm going to give you guys, actually, let's do this. I'm going to give you guys a minute real quick now. Draw this chart on a piece of paper. You don't have to worry about writing the 7, 8, 9, 3. Okay, that's just going to be our example. Draw this on your sheet of paper. I'm going to give you a minute to do it. Okay, and make it bigger so we're going to leave plenty of room. So see, I can add some more numbers underneath. Okay, we're going to have some fun with some dice here in just a second. All right, so go ahead and add those. You got 1 minute starting now. And most of the time, you're doing a great job drawing. Okay, I used to have some pencil and paper nearby, especially for math. If you don't have it, practice drawing it in your mind here in that air. Get that finger going again. Okay, nobody should just be sitting right now. We should be either writing or writing in the air with our finger. Okay. All right, guys, about 20 more seconds. All right, and your time is up. Okay. All right, good job. Good job if you got this. All right. So now, sometimes coming up with numbers, boys and girls, it's tiring for me. All right, so I'm actually going to share my screen and we're going to make it a little more fun today. Okay. So today we are going to use dice. Okay, and here's our dice up already for us, okay, boys and girls? So what we are going to do with our dice, I am going to, hey, this is my friend, boys and girls. Say hi to PBS. Hi. They can't see you, Miss Wyatt. This is Miss Wyatt. She's coming in to say hi, to see what we're doing here on Channel 9, boys and girls, okay? All right, so here are my dice that I have here, boys and girls. So we're going to head and use our dice to help us figure out a number, okay? So I'm going to add 4 dice. We're going to go ahead and roll it here and see what we got, okay? All right, so Miss Wyatt, if you can come back in just in 5 minutes. I got to come back. Okay. All right, sorry about that, boys and girls. All right, so here is our number that we are going to work with here, okay? So we are going to say that, let me see if I can move myself over here a little bit easier. See, just move it on up to the other corner of your television. Okay, all right, I'm done singing for today, for now. Anyway. All right, so let's look at this number. So our number is 1452, okay? 1452. Let me go ahead and write that down for us here, okay? And I'm going to have you put it in the chart. All right, here's what our dice gave us, 1452. Go ahead and fill it into your chart. And I am trying to figure out what the value of the digit 4 is in this number, okay? What is this 4? And I'm going to underline it. I'm going to put it in your chart. All right, where are we going to start? We're going to start with our 2 and work our way backwards in our chart, right? Okay, so I'm grabbing my chart right here too, and I'm going to put it in, and we're going to see if we can find the value of the 4, okay? So what does that 4 stand for? Is it just 4? No, it's not. You're exactly right. What does it actually stand for? You're right. It stands for 4 what? 4 hundredths. Great job. Okay, that's really 4 hundredths. All right, let's try another one, shall we? We got it. Give me a high five. Woo. Good job. I'm proud of you. All right, let's do this again. We're going to roll again. Roll one more time. I had some of the same numbers here. That's no fun, is it? All right, so this time around, we have 2, 3, 1, 1. Woo! Let's see what we get here. 2, 3, 1, 1, and I want to find the value of the 2. So go ahead and take this number here, boys and girls, and write it in your chart. Let's see what we get. All right, you got it in your chart? All right, I'm going to put it in my handy dandy chart right here too. See what I mean? Even though these are cute, boys and girls, this works just as easy. So if you're taking a test, a quiz, working on some homework, there is nothing wrong with making this chart. And see, I've already used mine for 3 of our numbers already, haven't I? So if you make it once and make it kind of big enough on a scratch piece of paper, you can keep it and you can continue to use that exact same chart. So it doesn't take a whole lot of time to do, okay? So when we do this, boys and girls, what is the value of my 2 in this number? You're right, I'm going to take my 2, come on up. It's actually what? 2,000. You're exactly right. If you got it right, give me a knuckles. Good job, good job, good job. Okay, all right. Next number, I'm going to do this one a little bit different. We're going to roll again. Okay, this time we're going to roll. Let's see if I can trick you here. Let's see who's doing it the right way. Okay, so our number this time around is 461. 461. I'm going to go ahead and write it here for us to see if we can figure it out. And I want to know the value of the 6. So 461. We're looking for what is the value of my 6. And I'll underline it just because that's how we normally see it. Fill it out in our chart. What do we get? Oh, let's see who got it right. I'm going to show you my chart in 3, 2, 1. Show me what you got. I'll show you what I got. You're exactly right. Did you get what I had? All right. Do we have any thousands in this number? You're right. We don't have any thousands, do we? No, we don't. So this is why we always start over here with that far number and fill it out this way, because we don't have to have a thousands in any number, do we? No. So I purposely gave you a 3-digit number to see who was following the way that I said to do it. So when you start on this far end here and work your way in, you're less likely to make a mistake. Because I'm sure some of you really wanted to start here. We would have started with our thousands. What would have happened? We wouldn't have had a what? We wouldn't have had anything in the ones, would we? Can we have a number without a number in the ones? No. Because if we read this number, what's the actual value of this whole number? It's what? 461, right? It's not 4,061. No. 4,610. No. No. That would be like having to pay $400 and someone asks you for 4,000. That's not right, is it? Place value matters. And you can't just add a 0, because then that changes that whole number. It's no longer 461. Now you have 4,000. Okay? So make sure when you start, that's why we always start over here. Okay? So I'm going to give you one more here, boys and girls. All right, 2525. All right, let's see where we're at with this one. 2525. I think you boys and girls might have this. And what's the value of this 5 right here? Did we fill it out right? Awesome job, high five. Boys and girls, we are actually out of time for today, but it has been so much fun working with you, boys and girls. And I hope to see you guys back. Hope to see you back here tomorrow.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.